Hello all, 4Player Squad Gaming here, and this is our Final Fantasy XIV Trial Guide series. The Minstrel's Ballad, Ultima's Bane, is a level 50 full party optional trial featured during the quest, The Ultimate Ballad. The quest giver is Elise in Mordona, and it becomes available after completing the main story questline. It is also worth mentioning at the time of recording this video, 15 Tomestones of Poetics are awarded upon completion. The Minstrel's Ballad is the same difficulty as an extreme trial, and the fight with the Ultima weapon truly is something to sing about. So without further ado, let's get into the guide. We can start this trial as normal with the main tank gaining enmity and facing the Ultima weapon away from the party, towards the outer edge of the arena. The main tank will almost instantly be hit with viscous etheroplasm. This single target attack will focus the main enmity threat, deal moderate damage and add a stack of viscous etheroplasm. This stack is an important mechanic and will require a tank swap later in the fight. If this stack gets to 5, the player will instantly be killed, so it is recommended to tank swap at 4 stacks. As we know from the main story questline, Ultima weapon has absorbed the 3 primals, Garuda, Titan and Ifrit, and each phase is represented by each of the primals. The first phase is Garuda, and when Garuda appears she will cast Minstrel Shriek, a large frontal cone dealing moderate damage. At the same time, the Ultima weapon will use Ifrit's Vulcan Burst, knocking back any party members in melee range. The players need to position themselves well. As soon as they see Garuda, place yourself into a position where even if you get knocked back, you won't be punted into Minstrel Shriek. The Garuda phase lasts until Ultima weapon has approximately 80 to 85% health, when Garuda is stripped from the weapon and phase 2 begins. Dependent on your party damage, Garuda can also use Eye of the Storm, surrounding the outer edge of the arena, and Titan will use Geocrush in the centre. Make sure to move centrally and then to the outer edge, dodging both of these mechanics. Phase 2 is the Titan phase, and will start with an outer ring of Ifrit's plumes that need to be avoided by running into the centre, followed by Way to the Land. Covering the centre, the aim here is to run centrally to avoid the plumes and be ready to run straight back out to avoid Way to the Land. There are safe spots around the outer edge for the plumes and directly in the centre for the Way to the Land AoEs. Depending again on your damage output, there can be another round of plumes and Way to the Land in the reverse order, starting with central plumes and outer Way to the Land AoEs. See here for the pattern formations. Throughout the fight, the Ultima weapon will also use Tank Purge. This is a large point blank AoE dealing moderate damage. Ranged party members can easily avoid this, and all other party members can easily heal and carry on as normal. Phase 3 will begin at around 60 to 65% health, and Titan will be stripped from the weapon. The Ifrit phase now begins. The Ifrit phase starts with 10 eruptions. 2 random party members will be targeted and the eruptions will follow them, and they will receive 5 eruptions each. It is recommended for the targeted players to group together and run in the same direction around the outer edge of the arena. Clockwise is preferable, but the idea is to cover as little an area as possible with eruptions so other party members aren't hit by them. After a short while, Ifrit will summon 4 radiant plumes at the intercardinal positions and then dash through the centre, either north to south or east to west, leaving further plumes behind, and directly after, more plumes will appear at the intercardinal positions again, and Ifrit will dash through the other direction, leaving plumes behind. See here for the patterns. At around 40% health, Ifrit is stripped from the weapon and the final phase begins. It is worth mentioning that throughout the fight, there will also be a point blank AoE for melee range players called Cerulean Vent. This deals low damage and can basically be ignored. And for the ranged players, homing missiles will randomly target any players at greater than melee range and deal low damage. The final phase gets a bit hectic, and please be aware this phase contains flashing images. Like the MSQ version of the fight, 5 Magitech bits will spawn and fire light beams towards random party members. Our aim here is to kill them as quickly as possible, allowing us more free space to fight. Ultima weapon will also use a Etheric Boon, which will summon 4 purple balls connected by tethers in pairs. If they touch each other, the trial will wipe, so our aim is to pop 2 of the balls by running through them, and the tethered balls connected to them will disappear if they have no pair. There are a few different ways in which this can be done, as when you pop a ball it will deal huge damage to that player in the form of etheroplasm. It is recommended for the off-tank using cooldowns to pop both of the balls and the healers to heal them as necessary. However, the party can group together as the damage is shared and any party member can then pop the ball. I personally recommend using the off-tank as this means that you can maintain uptime and keep dealing damage to the Ultima weapon. Also in this phase, Magitech airships will target the ground off-centre to the east and west and do proximity-based damage. The best places to stand are directly north or directly south, reducing the damage taken by the greatest amount. I did say this phase would be hectic. It is important that only the main tank stands in front of the Ultima weapon during this phase because of the attack diffractive laser. This instant cast cleave will deal huge damage to any non-tank party player stood in front of the Ultima weapon. In this last phase, Ultima weapon can also use Magitech Ray. As seen before in the MSQ version of this fight, this ability shoots a green laser at a random party member and then explodes, dealing moderate damage. Simply keep mobile to avoid the damage. A green ball will also be summoned and start to follow the original targeted player. All players need to avoid this ball as it will deal large damage on impact. Kite the orb to the outer edge and it will disappear after a short while. Aetheric Boon Round 2 will involve 6 balls consisting of 3 pairs. Deal with these the same as before, but ensuring you pop the shorter tether north to south first. More Magitech bits will appear and the airship Round 2 will consist of 4 proximity damage based markers at the intercardinal positions. The best place to stand is central, but be careful of the Magitech bit rays, as these can greatly reduce the area you have to stand in and you can take significant damage from multiple rays. The main tank is recommended to use cooldown abilities to reduce the damage and stay towards the outer edge or join the team centrally. After this hugely explosive phase, return the Ultima weapon to the correct outer edge position and keep dealing damage. Aetheric Boon Round 3 consists of 4 short diagonal tethers. Speed is of the essence here and players with more health should aim to pop the ball closest to them. You don't want to make it this far and wipe due to being too slow on this mechanic. Healers be ready to revive or heal any players taking too much damage. Now begins the final burn phase. This fight is subject to an enraged timer of 10 minutes. After 10 minutes the Ultima weapon will cast Ultima, who would have guessed, and this will wipe the trial as well. Make sure to use limit breaks and all abilities off cooldown to burst the weapon down and end this fight as soon as you can. And there you have it, the Minstrel's Ballad Ultima's Bane is complete. Remember to commemorate the player you believe deserves it most and pick up your loot. We give this trial a difficulty rating 3 out of 5 swords. Though there are a few wipe mechanics, Ultima deals low damage and low party damage is required. The special loot for this trial includes Ultima Chokers, Ultima Bands, faded copy of the Maker's Ruin Orchestrion roll, and the Ultima weapon card. Remember to like, comment, and if you haven't already, click to subscribe. We are 4Player Squad Gaming, thanks for watching.